I am Steve Liu. I'm a professor of architecture at the University of Tasmania and director of its Creative Exchange Institute. The lab, or LXD, is a collection of academics and practitioners with their students from a consortium of universities around the world. And we have the American University in Paris, Carnegie Mellon University, University of Tasmania, Goldsmiths College in the UK. LXD relies upon an immersive, intensive studio teaching method where we do almost in a week what one would actually do in a whole course. So this is quite an unusual situation because it is not the most common approach, and it's difficult to kind of do it in kind of everyday life in the universities, which are very structured in terms of schedules and timetables within very specific disciplines. So we tend to actually have or start with a large provocation, and this would be a grand challenge in our age. We take that as a theme not because we want to solve that problem of the world, but we take that as a theme, as a kind of platform for launching off a range of projects that almost break down the boundaries of the kind of disciplines. All students will come with preconceptions, and it's quite interesting that even on the first day, just by the nature of engagement with the other students, they realize that this is not an ordinary learning environment, that they in fact have to do quite a lot of negotiation and even diplomacy in terms of undertaking the task that they're asked to do. The laboratories are performance-based, or what we call performative, and which also so happens to be the actual theme of LXD this time. So performativity entails that there is, of course, the kind of contribution from, kind of knowledge through kind of mental capacities on one hand, but certainly there is the embodiment of that knowledge and the spatialization of that knowledge through the body and through kind of other parts of our being in relation to the space. This type of engagement at LXD would certainly have the students learn new capacities from kind of different disciplines on one hand, but they also have an advantage where, because the programs in the studios are international, there is a degree of student mobility and internationalization as they come to visit a particular city and work with a different culture and students from different countries. But it's also that we have a generation of students who are already so used to improvising in terms of what they know to deal with the very, very fluid, highly networked and extremely contingent lives that they lead, not just in the kind of digital sphere or the social sphere, but also in terms of how technologies and human relationships are kind of changing through the younger generations now. I keep saying that the profession of the future has not been invented yet. So the professions that we will see in the future, we actually right now do not know the shapes of. I mean, I always take a leaf out of a philosopher that I kind of write a lot on, that's Alfred North Whitehead, who says that if we start to kind of teach according to professions, we will then tend to get stuck in a particular groove. And being stuck in a groove means like a repeating record. You just rehearse the same things over and over again ad infinitum, because there is in some ways a kind of glitch sort of in the system. In some ways, you need a glitch in the system in order to kind of kick the stylus out of the record from going round and round. And so something like LXD is attempting to kind of do that.